Supreetha. Welcome to my math class. In the previous lectures on derivatives, we studied some basic concept of derivatives, then we studied some basic formulas, then we solved some problems on them, correct? And then we moved into derivatives of trigonometric functions. We solved derivatives on inverse trigonometric functions, correct? In this lecture, let us study something about derivative of exponential function. Yes, what do you mean by an exponential function? Yes, exponential function basically means e power x, correct? E power x. I had already told you that the derivative of e power x is what? E power x itself. Suppose I have to find the derivative of, say, e power ax. What would that be? Let me apply chain rule. That is, in place of ax, I would take what? I would take t. Yes, so I would have e power t on one side and I would have ax on the other side. Correct? So the differentiation of e power t is e power t itself, and differentiation of ax is a. If I resubstitute t value, that would be what? E power ax into a. What is this? This is our chain rule. Correct? So now let me take the first problem. This is kind of like some basic knowledge that you should have to solve problems on derivatives of exponential function. Okay? Suppose I have the first question is find the derivative of y is equal to e power x cos x. Okay, let me apply chain rule here. Yes, which term would you take as t? I would take x cos x as t. What would happen to our given question? That would become y is equal to e to the power t. Correct? So what is dy by dt? Dy by dt is equal to e power t itself, because differentiation of e power t is e power t itself. Correct? And here what should I do? dt by dx would be d by dx of x cos x. Okay, so here what do? We apply product rule. What does product rule say? Keep the first term as it is, differentiate the second term. Yes, differentiation of sin x is minus cos x, plus keep the second term as it is, that is cos x, into differentiation of x, that is 1. So this will be equal to what? Minus x sin x plus cos x. Okay, now what is the final step? Dy by dt was what? It was e power. What is t value? T value is x cos x. This is dt by dx. So what is the final step? Our final step would be write the product, that is dy by dt into dt by dx. This is equal to dy by dx, which is equal to, substitute dy by dt value, that is e power x cos x, into dt by dx value, that is minus x sin x plus cos x. Okay, so this is our derivative of the given question. Okay, so let me write down one more question. Say the second one is find the derivative of y is equal to e power x divided by x. Okay, which rule do you use here? We use quotient rule. What does the quotient rule say? It says that first keep the denominator as it is, differentiate the numerator. Okay, what is the differentiation of e power x? That is e power x itself, minus keep the numerator as it is, that is e power x, into differentiation of x with respect to x, which is 1, divided by denominator square. What is this? This is our quotient rule. Okay, so this is equal to, if I take e power x common, I would have x minus 1 divided by x square. Okay, so now the third question is, again find the derivative of y is equal to e power 1 minus x divided by 1 plus x. Use substitution method. What will you take as t? Let me take, okay, let me take t is equal to 1 minus x divided by 1 plus x. Why should you take 1 minus x, the power only to t? Because I know what is dy by dt here. Yes, that would be e power t itself. That is why I used this substitution. Okay, now what is dt by dx? That is equal to d by dx of 1 minus x divided by 1 plus x. Now again, quotient rule. What does the quotient rule say? Keep the denominator as it is, differentiate the numerator, that is 1 minus x. So that would be 0. Differentiation of 1 is 0. Differentiation of x is 1. Minus. Now keep the numerator as it is. Differentiate the denominator, that is 0 plus 1 divided by 1 plus x the whole square. What is the final answer now? Let me give this negative sign to each term of this bracket. Okay, or let me write down one more step. Say 1 plus x into negative 1 minus 1 minus x divided by 1 plus x the whole square. So now let me give the negative sign to each term, that would become minus 1 minus x. So even here I would have to give this negative term to each term, that would become minus 1 plus x divided by 1 plus x the whole square. Clearly plus x minus x gets cancelled. So you would get minus 1 is minus 2 divided by 1 plus x the whole square. Yes. Now what is, we've already solved what is dy by dt. Yes. So that will be dy by dt is equal to e to the power. Let me substitute t value. What is t value? That is 1 minus x divided by 1 plus x. This is our dt by dx. Correct? So now what should I do? I'll write dy by dx directly. That is the product of these two terms. Okay? That is e power 1 minus x divided by 1 plus x. I'll write the negative sign and 2 over here, divided by 1 plus x the whole square. Okay? Now, moving on to our next question. Find the derivative of... Yes, that is y is equal to e power sine x sine e power x. So here we have this e power x as angle of sine x. Clearly there are two terms here. Agree? Which are those two terms? That is e power sine x into sine of e power x. Correct? So what should I do? I'll apply product rule. What does the product rule say? It says that e power sine x d by dx of sine e power x plus sine e power x into d by dx of e power sine x. Okay. Now for each term I would have to apply what? I would have to apply chain rule. Okay. So let me write down here. Say y is equal to, suppose y is equal to sine e power x. I'll take t is equal to e power x. So what would happen to y? Y is equal to sine t. Okay. Now what is dy by dt? Dy by dt is equal to cos t. What is dt by dx? Dt by dx is equal to e power x itself. Correct? So now what should I write here? I'll write e power sine x. I'll write the product of these two terms. That is cos. What is t value? That is e power x into e power x plus sine e power x remains as it is. Okay. Now the differentiation of this, that is, say y is equal to e to the power sine x. If I take sine x is equal to t, so y is equal to e power t. And what is dt by dx? Dt by dx is cos x. Okay. What is dy by dt? Dy by dt is equal to e power t. Okay. So now I would have to write here, yes, e power, what is the value of t? T value is sine x into cos x. How did I solve this? I solved it using chain rule. Okay. Let me solve one more problem. Say, find the derivative of, okay, find the derivative of e power ax cos of bx plus c. Okay, now what should I do? I'll write e power ax as it is, d by dx of cos bx plus c. Okay, plus cos bx plus c into d by dx of e power ax. Okay, so here it would be what? E power ax. Differentiation of cos is what? Minus sine ax plus b, sorry, bx plus c. And then what? Differentiation of this angle. After differentiating, you would get only b. Okay, plus cos bx plus c remains as it is. Okay, cos bx plus c remains as it is. What is the derivative of e power ax? I just told you the formula in the beginning of this lecture. That is a e power ax. So if I rewrite this, that would become minus b. I can take e power ax common, or I can just write it as sine of bx plus c. Okay, plus a e power ax cos of bx plus c. Okay, moving on to our next question. Say the sixth one is, find the derivative of, yes, find the derivative of e power 7x plus 4. Yes, that is d by dx of e power 7x plus 4. This is equal to derivative of e power 7x, e power t, whatever it is, it remains as it is. Okay, 7x plus 4 itself. You would have to write into whatever you have the coefficient of x, that is 7. Easy. Okay, and the seventh one, they are telling us find the derivative of e power x square plus 2x. Okay, that is derivative of this. This is equal to, here I had only x to the power 1, correct? Here I have x square plus 2x. What I'll do is write down x square plus 2x as it is and differentiate d by dx of x square plus 2x. This is chain rule, correct? So that would be e power x square plus 2x into 2x plus 2. That's all. Yes? Now, our eighth question is, find the derivative of e power root x plus 1. How do you find the derivative of this? First, write down d by dx of e power root x plus 1 is equal to e power root x plus 1 itself. Next, what do you do? What does the chain rule say? Differentiate root x plus 1. So what would that be? E power root x plus 1. What is differentiation of root x? That is 1 divided by 2 root x. So in place of x, I have x plus 1. Then again differentiate. Yes, x plus 1. I'm just applying chain rule twice. So this would be e power x plus 1 root x plus 1 into 1 divided by square root of x plus 1 into 1. Okay, so that is the derivative of the given question. Yes. So the ninth one is find the derivative of e power 2x sine square x. So which rule do you apply here? Clearly, we would apply product rule. What does the product rule say? Differentiate or keep e power 2x as it is. Differentiate sine square x. Yes, what is the differentiation of sine square x? That is 2 sine x into differentiation of sine x, which is cos x. I've just applied chain rule directly. If you get confused how we got this step, first take sine x as t and solve step by step using chain rule. Okay. Next, plus what? Plus keep sine square x as it is. What is differentiation of e power 2x? What is differentiation of e power ax formula? Differentiation of e power ax is equal to a e power ax. Yes, that is 2 e power 2x. Okay, so finally I can take e power 2x common. I can write this 2 sin x cos x as sin 2x plus 2 sine square x. Okay. Okay, so our final question is, say the 10th one is, find the derivative of e power x divided by sin x. Clearly we apply which rule here? We apply quotient rule. What does the quotient rule say? Write the denominator as it is. Differentiate the numerator. That is e power x. Differentiation of e power x is e power x itself minus, write the numerator as it is, differentiate the denominator, that is differentiation of sin x is cos x divided by sin x the whole square. Okay, so what is my final answer? That is e power x into sin x minus cos x divided by sin x the whole square. Okay, so what did we study in this lecture? We studied or we solved some problems on exponential functions. Yes, that is, we found some derivatives of exponential functions. Yes, so that is it for today's class. Thank you.